Hey, welcome everybody to week 6 of Sparkyz cast. Once again, this is Sparkyz versus STX Seoul. And this is going to be game 2, Type B versus Hwasin. But first, let me comment, that was an awesome... I've been trying to think of adjective to describe that last game with Justin versus Calm. You know, awesome is certainly one of them. Unexpected, shocking maybe is a good one. Justin taking out Calm in game 1 of this series and giving Sparkyz the early lead coming in to this critical match where Sparkyz is, finally coming up against an opponent that, at least judging from last year is respectable. However, We Made Fox is really showing people that, there's something to be dealt with this season. Anyways, still, I cannot. I'm in utter disbelief. I'm speechless over Justin versus Calm. That was probably the best I've ever seen Justin play. Anyways, getting into this game, this is going to be, once again, Type B as the purple Zerg. He's in the southeast position against Hwasin for STX Seoul, who is going to be the yellow Terran in the north position. And I'm excited about this matchup. These players are very evenly matched statistically. Hwasin is one of those players that's, he's a good player. He's a player that I like, and, he's somewhat inconsistent, I'd say, overall, but, recently he's been playing well. Type B also playing incredibly well recently. Obviously, he made his... I guess it was a semifinal appearance. Semifinal appearance in the OSL over the summer, and since then he is actually 12-4 since that appearance, and also in that time he is 6-1 against Terran. So very impressive records, and very well matched up against Terrans recently. Similarly, though, Hwasin, although he hasn't played quite as many games, he is 5-1 in that same time period, as well as 4-0 against Zerg. That is, of course, not including this match, so no spoilers there. But both players playing very well right now and playing very well against each other's respective races. This map, by the way, is Moon Glaive, which throughout the league we have been seeing a lot of Terran versus Terran on, so maybe at least initial indications seem that teams believe that it is sort of a Terran favored map, although Type B played on this last week and actually beat Sangho in a ZVP, so Type B at least familiar to this map and might be able to pull out sort of a statistical upset on the map. I don't know. I'm not sure if the map statistics really favor Terran over Zerg or not. There is an early expansion going down for Type B. I didn't notice when he placed his spawning pool, so I'm not sure if that was a 12 hatch. I don't think it was. It's hard to say. Yeah, he does have his spawning pool and his extractor out. His extractor's almost done, so I'm going to think that was once again an overpool into an expansion, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. So far, pretty standard from Hwasin, and he's going for just 1 Rax into expansion. So also a pretty early expansion from him. So it looks like both players are wanting to get their economy up and rolling in the early game. However, this spawning pool is finally finished now, and so there might be a little bit of initial Zergling pressure. Actually, very quick lair going down. Putting down the lair before any Zerglings are out. And I think that SCV by Hwasin did see that lair going down, so he is well aware of what's happening right now. Very quick tech coming from Type B. Possibly a very early Mutalisk harassment. Also possibly a maybe a possible two-base lurker rush. Hwasin in the meantime has just now put down his gas, so he has been mining a lot of minerals to get that early expansion and to get his 2 barracks up and probably pump quite a few quite a few Marines. It looks like he might be building up to get maybe a timing attack when his medics and stem research, so that he can you know, push in against Type B's early tech. However, you know, it looks like he is going to get that you know, early expansion. I'm not sure I like this very quick tech by Type B. This is just a 3-player map, so it's pretty easy to scout out your opponent, which Hwasin did very quickly. He chose the right direction, as well as, you know, there only being 2 directions to choose from. Wow, and actually, yeah, there is the Hydralisk Den, and so I think this is going to be 2 base lurker rush going for Type B, and I do think that SCV was ferried out of the way before it saw that Hydralisk Den going down, so I don't think he knows what's coming. He knows that it's either going to be Mutalisks or Lurkers, but I don't know if he caught the fact that it is a Hydralisk Den and there is going to be Lurkers. The first couple of Zerglings running in to try to do a little bit of harassment, but there's you know, 7 or 8 Marines right there that are going to keep those Zerglings from doing anything too effective, but it did, well, I don't know if it gave too much scouting information to Type B or not, but you know, it looks like now, like I was saying, those first couple of medics are out, and Hwasin looks like he is going to be pushing in to try to take down this front door at the natural expansion of Type B, but Type B is relatively unprepared for it. He's putting down 1 sunken colony right now. It looks like there's only, let me see, 8 maybe? Yeah, 8 Marines, so not a huge amount of Marines right now. A couple of Firebats coming in to supplement. He's finally now putting down the second colony, but there's nothing there. I don't know if he's going to be up in time. He's got to send all of his Zerglings in to defend this. The first sunken does come up just in time, but I don't know if it's going to be able to hold off all of these Marines. That's a lot of Marines, and all of the Zerglings are dead. Is he going to be able to stop this? I don't know. He's pulling a couple of drones off the line. His second sunken colony is dead before he even gets up, and there are still 4 Marines and a Firebat in there. I think Type B is in a very bad position right now. He's going to be losing this natural expansion. He doesn't have anything there to defend. He's lost all of his drones at his natural expansion. He's only got a couple of Zerglings, it looks like, maybe up in the north, but he is going to lose that. He is going in for an all-encounter with the first 3 Lurkers that he produced, and you know, I don't think that Hwasin is really prepared for this, although he does have an academy, which means he probably has scans, so I think he's going to be able to deal with these Lurkers a little bit better than, you know, that group of Medica Marines that are coming into the the main base of Type B right now. Ooh, very nice play, though. He is able to position those Lurkers on that ramp, so he kills all of the SCVs at the natural expansion of Hwasin. And now this is becoming an elimination battle. And if it's going to be an elimination battle, then Lurkers certainly have a little bit of a benefit against these couple of Medica Marines. There is already 1 sunken colony placed down on the main base for Type B. He's got 3 Lurkers attacking the barracks of Hwasin. You know, a quick bunker that he put down is going to be taken out. He does have 2 scanners, though, so once he gets a couple of Medic Marines, if he is able to get enough of them, it is going to be hard to get enough Medic Marines to fight this off while they are parked outside of the barracks. But if he is able to get a couple of them, he might be able to take these down. He is going in right now as a pretty decent spread of Marines. He is able to take down 1 of the Lurkers. The second Lurker goes down. The third Lurker goes down. Oh no! Type B not quite able to defend against all of those Marines in that very nicely executed defense by Hwasin. Type B GG's once his Lurkers are dead. And Hwasin just with some nice micro near the end of the game just to defend against that Lurker rush. Very close game, although, you know, Hwasin did really have the early jump. If Type B was able to maybe, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, those ugly uniforms, gosh. Sorry, if Type B was able to get those 2 sunken colonies just a little bit earlier, he might have been able to, you know, defend against that first Medica Marine attack, and then he would have been in great position to take that game. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out that way. Hwasin able to take down Game 2, and now Sparkyz and STX Soul are 1-1. We'll see what happens in Game 3.